Jack, the forwards, Rawlings, Tutor, Liddon, Bukowski, Falla, O'Doherty, the coach under pressure, John Bailey of the mighty Magpies. After the match tonight, again, we'll be talking about the biggest issue in the game, and that includes Wally Lewis again and his future with the Brisbane Broncos. All that after the match. First up, though, a break, and then back with the first half of...
Just have got to keep on winning, as we have been saying. No Lewis, but they are starting to learn to live without him in this Winfield Cup competition, and successfully. All the fans are out here, just about an entire Broncos lineup in the stands in jumpers. Dowling, Willie Kahn, Madison in the second row. Shearer, who scored that brilliant try against Canterbury last week. I guess his wife agrees too.
I don't think anyone's in any doubt about my attitude to Gino Miles, my admiration for his style of play. He's a marvellous player. He was once a very great centre, Gene Miles, but now he's an equally good forward. He's a master of the running game, and really Australia lost a great player when he decided to opt out of the representative scene. I've got utmost admiration.
The Broncos await the Magpies. The mascot surfaces. So too does Henjack, leading out Western Suburbs, who held them to a draw in round one this year. They will look to Henjack for a big match here at Lang Park. The nerves of this famous venue, I should say, certainly play on the nerves of so many players.
The Brisbane Broncos, led by number 13, Gene Miles.
Ian Parnaby is the referee. This Nissan Friday night clash.
Number 7, Ivan Henjack.
We just stand by for the national anthem. We're all set for 80 minutes of action. Western Suburbs to kick off. Jason Taylor, who has made his mark in first grade, a young man going places, terrific goal kicker, and all the skills. Ian Parnaby again just checks with the skippers. Taylor shaped to kick left, now he shapes to kick right, hooking it around. Falling down for Willie Kahn. 8 metres out, Western Suburbs will try and hammer them early in the forwards. Miles, the skipper, led the way against Canterbury, where he was the man of the match last week. Langer. Dowling, standing too wide. Nearly out to the 22. Kerrod Walters, his first dash from dummy half. What a good one for Hancock. He was away.
What a good tackle there from number 5, Russell Wire, to pull him down. Hancock was in full flight.
He was going to have Langer in support too. Could have been a try-saving tackle even that far out. Doherty brought down on his 22. Peacock, first penalty of the match to Western Suburbs. The Broncos inside the 5.
Well, referee Parnaby's in no doubt that what the crowd's attitude is to any penalties that go against the Brisbane Broncos early in this match. They'll boo him off the ground.
So it is a tough place to play and a tough place to referee at. And I guess for somebody like Wally Lewis, it's even worse sitting sideline, Wally.
Yes, it certainly is, Graham. I'd much prefer to be out there, but the guys have been performing very well in the last couple of weeks. I think the thing you missed just as much as anything else is that $1,500 win bonus every week as well.
Especially sometimes if you run into trouble for saying something you shouldn't have. Ball has been lost by West and knocked on both ways, says Ian Parnaby.
Yeah, well, Gary Bukowski's the boy that has the ball stripped from him here. He's only played about 4 or 5 games in the first grade side. He would be not quite used to the tempo of this game.
It wasn't lost both ways. The referee said it was correctly stripped and lost by the Broncos. West still in possession. They work away on a blindside with Liddon. Henjack brings in O'Doherty. Strong charge from him. Got away a difficult pass. This time it's knocked on by Western Suburbs.
Well, O'Doherty here got away a pass that we had no right to offload there. I mean, this is the problem the Western Suburbs are going to have tonight, is one of discipline. They've got to keep their passes down and keep them play in their own possession. That's what they've got to do.
Hoff chimed in from fullback. Already scored 6 tries this year. Shearer. Langer. Miles. He was looking for support. Kevin Walters was knocked over trying to reach him. Now Kerrod Walters. Madison. G. They just get tangled up amongst themselves for a moment, the Broncos. Langer. Little kick that was trapped by O'Doherty. Tuta. Falla was searching for somebody to unload to. He finally found Bukowski. Casato across the run. Still going, Casato. Back infield for Taylor. Taylor swivels, brought down by Madison. Rawlings, Henjack, O'Doherty. Well, it's O'Doherty again. They're not going to maintain any pressure on the Broncos.
Well, O'Doherty there was partway through a gap, turned and gave the ball. Again, the pass was knocked down, so still a Western Suburbs ball, but the flow of players stopping.
Henjack showed their hand there, Rawlings and Henjack, in trying to use what is a very, very big blindside. They had possession. Barnaby's going to give them a penalty to even improve their position. Gene Miles has something to say to the referee after complaints from Dowling.
Yeah, well, I think it is pretty tough to get a scrum penalty these days. With the way the scrums are constituted, with the not necessarily hookers in there in the middle of the scrum.
Western Suburbs with a great chance early. Falla, O'Doherty. He'll go to ground this time. No mistake from the big front rower. Henjack, Bukowski. 11 metres away, Western Suburbs. Plenty of possession early on for them. Henjack, Falla, Taylor. Good move from West. Casato. Good defence from Johns. Taylor. Tuta. Had Rawlings outside him. He decided to go alone. Never really played the football properly. And Western Suburbs lose a chance. It was brought back for a forward past the wire anyway.
Well, that's a little bit of justice there, because the ball was never played in the play of the ball. It was just handed out the back. Now, that pass was ruled forward anyway, but the ball was knocked over the sideline, so it's going to be a scrum put into Langer.
They still managed to stretch the Broncos out wide. Hancock, taken by Taylor. Rawlings over the top with Liddon. I was going to say this will bring a cheer. The Broncos to get out of this danger zone.
Okay, let's have a look at that reserve grade game. Brisbane 26, West 10. It was 20-0 at half-time in Brisbane's favour. So if you look at it this way, Western Suburbs won the second half 10-6.
Kerrod Walters, Dowling. Allen.
Good, useful player, this boy, Allen. He's really, you give him a compliment and straight away they lose the football, but he's a very, very good player, and I've been watching him closely in the last couple of occasions that I've seen him play, and he's gone around very well. Very compact player.
Tuta trying to find a hole up the middle.
He was a bit of a scourge of the Australian team in New Zealand.
Falla wasn't dragged in by Casato. Knock on both ways. Interesting call here. Replay might tell a story.
Well, Gary Shearer was one of the players involved. There's a knock on, and there's standing in an offside position when he took the final pass. That's the reason for the scrum.
Johns. Wayne Bennett. Motionless as nearly as he always is. Pass was forward.
Yes, that's right.
Sloppy play from Kerrod Walters and Madison to overrun him in that situation.
Yeah, well, clearly the referee was quite right on this occasion. The pass went clearly forward. It wasn't a big forward pass, but it went clearly forward. I don't know what they're complaining about. The Nissan replay never lies.
Taylor. Long ball for Casato. Working in with Ainscoe. 38 out from the Brisbane lines. O'Doherty. G came driving in. Liddon. Strong charge brought to an end. It's 0-0 Brisbane and West here at Lang Park. Taylor. Short ball for Tudor. Taken head on by Kevin Walters. Now he loses the football. No one's controlling it.
Yes, the firebrand from New Zealand, Brendan Tudor. Yes, he became a bit of a scourge of the Australian side over there in New Zealand. He was responsible for losing it on that occasion.
Penalty to Brisbane. That was for a player striking at the ball as it was just coming out for Langer. Rawlings gets a bit of a shove in the back to help him on his way.
Yes, Johnny Croucher, what do the crowd think of this one? Are they giving the Western Suburbs side any chance?
Not much, Rex. There's $32,000 in the dividend pool. No prizes for guessing Brisbane are hot favourites. The hottest of the season. In fact, 85% have gone for them. The most common score, Rex, is Brisbane 32, West 8. The Footy Tap computer says Brisbane 18-22, West only 6-10.
All right, thanks, Johnny. We'll see how we go.
Madison will play this right on the 22. Miles from a long way back. Right in midfield. Langer. Kevin Walters. He tried to get a quick ball away to Shearer. Langer goes back to retrieve.
No 6 tackle count.
Dowling. Allen. Showed a lot of confidence in Dowling then to support him right to the line. Penalty against West. All inside the 5. This will be right in front of the post.
Well, that's a bit of Dumbo football. You've got to believe it, and that would have been just as equally as dumb from Langer to take a quick tap and not listen to his captain, Gene Miles. But for Western Suburbs to concede a penalty on the last tackle was just ridiculous there. I think that was showing a lack of discipline and a lot of growing up some of these Western Suburbs players have got to do.
Shearer. He plays his 99th first grade game in this match. He had 86 of those with Manly. 9 tries and 35 goals this year.
Masterful.
That 12 metres out and right in front of the left-hand upright. He gets Brisbane posting with the first points. The Broncos lead 2 points to 0 over West at Lang Park. Brisbane. Taylor, formerly from St Gregory's College, Australian schoolboy of 1989.
He's not been a flash-in-the-pan success in 1990, this fellow. He's been a very, very solid player. He's made a few tactical errors, Jason Taylor, for the Western Suburbs Club at different games I've watched, but nonetheless, he's very much an improver. And I subscribe to the view that Wally Lewis mentioned earlier on, that he could become a very great player.
Well, here's a mistake from Brisbane. This will be a line dropout. They just didn't handle that kickoff from Taylor at all. Wally, they're making a lot of mistakes both sides as far as the handling department is concerned.
Yes, it's a little bit surprising, Graham, especially after the way Wayne Bennett's had them this week. I really did think that they go out in this game and set a very good example for the way that they wanted to play in upcoming weeks. They've been training faultlessly, and sometimes that's a bad omen, I suppose, but I expected them to go out and really control the football. They really just don't seem to have any continuity in their play either at the moment, but I'm sure once they settle down, they'll get back in the groove of things.
It's also West now looking for some continuity in their play. They've messed up some chances down this end already. Henjack hesitated for a moment before he brought Doherty into the back line. Not much in those handling errors, but there's been 11 of them, and only early in the match. Last tackle against West. A rare occasion that somebody's seen the full tackle count. Into the in-goal area. Hoff. Casado went high, and you've really got to go high if you go near the shoulders or neck of that man. Hancock, 5 metres out. Shearer. Plenty of enthusiasm in the Western Suburbs defence. John Bailey tuned in.
Now, they're defending very well at the moment, Western Suburbs. I hope they don't concede another penalty.
Madison went flying backwards after bouncing into Doherty. Miles with the kick down for Doherty. He's got 4 defenders in front of him. He tries to get to the outside of G. Langer's there to cover up on the inside.
Good tackle from Langer, but that was a nice run from the fullback Doherty too. Very good.
Wire straightens up. Fowler. Here's the call from Taylor. Danny Peacock comes in off his wing. Can't complain about the amount of possession they've had, Wes. Rawlins. Peacock again in support. He gains an extra couple of metres. He was thrown towards the line by Kerrod Walters. Taylor again trying to weight this kick down near the try line. Hancock turns, restarts and beats 2 Magpies. Steps inside Taylor. He's got Doherty in front of him. Shearer try. Oh, put your glasses down. Surely Ace goes coming across. Great play from the Brisbane Broncos. What a counter-attack. That was always a try from the moment Shearer collected the pass.
Well, Shearer is a magnificent sprinter, and what a beautiful man to have on the inside of you when you've made the break. Just magnificent. Now watch the kick. It went through towards the corner. Now this man is a freak. He's a very, very good player, Hancock. He does a little swivel here and sees that he's beaten them both pointlessly, backed away from them, and then up the sideline, comes inside another defender, and then has a look and sees Shearer. Beautiful sight, lovely sight. Now look at the acceleration. Just watch that man hit the throttle and go. Well, that's just unbelievable the way he took off there. Now, I'm full of admiration for young Jamie Ainscough, who number 3 there for Western Suburbs, who came across in cover defence. But we go back to Hancock. He's already beaten 2 of them, gets the pass in, taken one-handed, you notice, by Shearer. He's really motoring there. Doherty there in the background was trying very hard. Here comes Jamie Ainscough, only 19, and he did his level best to stop the try. But that's a great bit of work, that. Marvellous backing up.
He's got all the points so far, Shearer, tonight. He's trying to keep it a personal record. Bennett, surely he must be happy with the way Hancock turned that round. He is magnificent on his feet, and reminding everybody that he's in line for the Kangaroo Tour. Just adjacent to the uprights. More points for the Broncos. Dale Shearer has got 8 of them, and they lead by 8 points to 0 over West.
The coach is sending out a runner. Yeah, who's injured? No one. He's asking Bruiser if he can handle 3 or 4 Big Macs. And what? And what's the answer? 3. He said he wasn't that hungry.
Again, they kick off Western Suburbs. This ball breaks towards the touchline, and well taken by Kevin Walters. Khan. It's out to the 22. Allen. Starting to settle down now, Brisbane. Wally, I guess players like John Ferguson, you can include Michael Hancock, you don't, well, when you kick to them, that's always that danger, isn't there?
It certainly is, Graham. His skills really belie his youth. The kid's still only very young experience-wise, and when you see a bloke be able to do those sort of things, it really gives you great confidence. But it's certainly very confidence-boosting as well to have a bloke like Dale Shearer on the inside. What an athlete he is, and once he, as Rex said, put the foot on the accelerator there, it was shut the gate. There was 6 points on the board all the way.
Wally, just a question to you. Do you think you could have stayed inside Hancock there to take a back pass if the opportunity had arisen?
Oh, well, I don't think I could have, Rex. I'm nowhere near quick enough to do that. But Dale Shearer, on the side-on replay we saw there, he only had 3 or 4 steps to catch up with Michael Hancock, who really can scoot himself.
Yes, marvellous acceleration.
Peacock now. Tudor. Bukowski. That was easy up the middle.
Yeah, somebody's not guarding the hole in the middle of the ruck there.
Last tackle. Taylor. Another man who can really make a bust if you give him some room too. Hoff. This man has become a great favourite with the crowd at Lang Park. Hancock. No success for him on this occasion. Langer. A little step and he puts Walters into a hole. Here goes Shearer again. He's got Langer inside. He pops it up for Kevin Walters. Langer was covered just at the death. He did well, Shearer, to bring Kevin Walters in. Kerrod Walters goes wide to Dowling. He's got Johns on the outside. O'Doherty. Johns has lost it. He is playing his 100th first-grade match tonight. 56 of those for the Brisbane side. Henjak. Tudor. Peacock with a little bit of room. Johns got across there quickly. Forced him back inside into the cover defence. They're having a lot of problems with him.
He's a fearless runner with the ball, that Peacock. He runs when he was playing fullback for the Western Suburbs. He would run onto the ball sometimes when it was kicked to him at 100 miles an hour. I promise you, he's an excitement machine.
They need that right now, Wes. Taylor. Little chip for Ainscough. Taylor. If he could have kicked that back into the in goal, there was a chance on for Wes.
Yeah, Paul Hoff had to really belt that over the sideline with his hand. Watch it on the Nissan replay here. There's an opportunity for Western Suburbs to score a try. Watch Hoff's hand. He knocks the ball deliberately over the sideline. So one theoretically could have been penalised for that.
They've been down this end with plenty of the football. They've got to start to show for it, Wes. Ainscough. Ainscough grabbed by the jumper. Shearer had a hand round his collar. He was gone otherwise. Tudor. Quickly. Up the middle. Back for Fella. Bukowski. Taylor. Ainscough. Good tackle from Madison. Henjak. Run around. Lytton. Best passage of play for Western Suburbs in the match. Bukowski. He loses it. Brisbane should come up with it. It will be the scrum instead.
Well, Bukowski's showing a little bit of lack of discipline there in the Nissan replay. It's the second occasion he's lost the football. And there was almost a win against the scrum feed there, but Langer is going to get another go at it.
Well, he's going to get a third chance. West still come up with it. Henjak will score. Oh, what great defence. Hoff managed to get to him. Taylor. That was forward.
Well, he's going to allow it.
I was sure that ball to O'Doherty was forward. And a delayed reaction here, looking for extra points after the try was scored. Players swap a couple of short punches.
We've just seen a bloke take the greatest dive, in my view. I may be doing him an injustice. I reckon it was a dive. Let's see it again. O'Doherty's over. And there he goes. Blimey, Charlie, mate, you want to get into actors' equity. That's a joke. Why is it front row forwards try these histrionics? Anyway, here's Henjak. What's the tackle from Hall? Great tackle to get the little fellow. We thought he was going to score there. And from the play, close to the line, this took place. Taylor, well, patently onto O'Doherty forward, quite clearly. The referee must have been I've never seen a dive so deliberately taken as that one there by O'Doherty. He's still being treated. I don't know, he's not looking for any extra points on it as an 8-point try or anything, is he? Gee whiz, I don't know. You see it. Look, he's a big, tough fella. God, spare me days, that makes me ill. That makes me want to... No, I won't say anymore.
My apologies to Pat O'Doherty. I think I can safely say that's the first time I can afford to laugh after somebody staying down for some injury. Miles has got 10 minutes. The skipper is going to disappear into the bin.
Well, no need to guess what that's for.
Alan Fowler is going to join him for 5 minutes. Here we are.
Just watch where the elbow gets him. It's on the chest. And down he goes. Sheesh.
After all this, Taylor will keep a straight face for a kick for goal. The Broncos aren't laughing.
I promise you, Graham, in my era, and I'm not talking about better football or being tougher or anything of that nature, in my era, a front row forward would not have had the nerve to do that because of his mates around him.
Well, he was trying for some extra points. It'll only be the 6 for West, but that's plenty to climb them back into this football match. Brisbane, listen, Friday night football, they lead 8 points to 6 over West. And the Magpies have hit back. Wally, I've got to ask you about the incident with O'Doherty.
Well, I think it was exactly how Rex described it there, Graham, but I thought the more comical thing was the pass, really. To me, it only looked a little bit forward, only about 3/4 of a metre, but then again, I did have a poor angle.
Well, I think to be fair, it shouldn't have been just a forward pass, it should have been a penalty. The player had overrun him well and truly. Tuta fumbles.
Twice.
Regathered, it'll be a scrum. So the West forwards, a number of times now, coughing up possession. Those teams down to 12 men. Players in the sin bin. Walters, Kevin Walters. Shearer a dummy half. Madison. Always a difficult proposition. And you're the competition leader. Teams with nothing to lose. And matches, I guess, that everybody knows you should win and win well. Wests are a problem for them at the moment, as they were in round 1 when it was a 12-all draw. Johns, hot, upended by Wire. Hancock. Last tackle against the Broncos. Langer. They had great success against Canterbury with bombs. Doherty, just like this. Bounce back and Millie into the arms of Khan. Doherty trying to get back into play. He won't. Great chasing. Millie a try.
Brett Doherty tried desperately hard to get the ball back into the field of play here, and the Nissan replay will see exactly how he did it. He did let the ball bounce, so I'm not greatly enamored of him for that. But then he evaded one tackle, veered away to the right, evaded 2 tackles, went down on his knees, and was finally cleaned up by the mass of the forwards as they came in on him. But it was a good effort.
I'll need another good effort now. Hawk. 6 more tackles for Brisbane. Little Henjack was around the ankles. Allen. Allen climbs into the 22. Madison, Dowling in support. Dowling's through. Back to G. Head down. Gets it back to Madison. Basketball, great pass. Kevin Walters.
Henjack's got him wrapped up.
Karen Walters takes off from dummy half now. Looking for try number 2, Brisbane. Dowling, Langer, Johns, stepping. Johns going. Strongly for a try. He's short. One more tackle. He's lost it. No, he hasn't. Langer on the half volley. The cutout pass was not a good one. It'll be a handover. They hang on, West. Casado. Bukowski. Alan Fowler just about due back into play. Vital for West if they can hang on till he gets back to make it a full complement of 13. 16 handling errors. 2 more by Brisbane. Henjack was tackled, called for the penalty. Ian Parnaby said it was okay. Allen will play it short of the halfway line. Khan.
Well, Falla's just come back on now.
Madison. Langer. Kevin Walters. Again, the defence holds. Gerard Walters. Climbed into the defence. Johns knocks it back for Shearer to drag in another one-hander. One more tackle for Brisbane. Langer's on a blindside. A little kick to the in goal for Doherty. To be taken by G and Kevin Walters. Only 2 points in this match. Peacock. Tutor. Peacock again, down to about 11 minutes left in this first half. Taylor. Cut out and a good one for Casado to create the overlap for Wire. Hancock. Hancock chasing. Drags Wire in. Good counter-attack from Westo. Taylor wanted to stay on a blind side with Casado. Back for Taylor. Now they can spin it. Bukowski. Rawlings goes right into a yawning gap. Henjack with support. Can he get it away? Try goes begging. Casado was unmarked. Last tackle. Tudor threw himself at the line. Back for Fella who lost it.
Well, was he motoring then? Tudor, the New Zealand old Kiwi international, came flying onto this ball. Nissan replay shows it. Look at the way he came in. Was tackled hard round the legs and lost the football. Oh, gee, that was a real exciting few seconds.
After soaking it up at the other end, great play from Western Suburbs. Gerard Walters. Time to regroup here, Wally.
Yes, it certainly is. I'm sure that Wayne Bennett won't be all that pleased with that last passage of play. As was mentioned, West seemed to be able to soak up the pressure the Broncos put on them at the other end of the field and then quite easily bust the Broncos. It's something that's been a problem for our guys all year long and continues to be so in this game.
G. Kept it alive beautifully, Brisbane. Khan puts it down. West will come back again here. Taylor. Steps. Luckily, Dowling managed to keep the line on the inside. Rawlings. Taylor wants to wrap it around. Falla switches for Bukowski. West playing with a lot of confidence. Taylor. Casado. Stop. Restarted. Wire was put over the touch by his own teammate, who was tackled low by Shearer.
Well, marvellous moment here for Western Suburbs, but they just ran out of side space. He just ran over the sideline. Look at this acceleration here, and the footballer Wyber was put over the sideline by G, who seemed to have a little bit of a grudge against him on that occasion.
Off West! Hancock. The skipper, Miles, has about 60 seconds left in the sin bin. As Khan straightens well too. Madison. Kevin Walters. Allen. They finally get out of their own territory, Brisbane, after what must have seemed like an eternity. Falla tried to trip Gerard Walters. He missed. Last tackle. Shearer kicks away from Doherty. Johns is the man that's doing all the chasing for Brisbane. Joined by Kevin Walters. The Doherty's got it about 6 or 7 metres out from his own line. Wire. They're being allowed to do what they like with the football at times, Wes. Henjack. They rush that blind side. O'Doherty away for Casano. Inside is support in Henjack. Henjack runs away from Hoff. Hoff's got the long legs and the big stride, and he monstered the little man. Taylor. Back in field for Tudor. They can't finish off, Wes. There was an open invitation from Brisbane just about to score a try.
Yes, there was a gorgeous opportunity there, but Tudor coming hard and strong. The pass was a little bit too low for him. This end replay saw him put it down.
Straight back out the same tunnel to be fed again. They have had trouble with the scrums, Brisbane. Dowling can't believe it. Gene Miles, who has just come back on, isn't going to question Ian Barnaby. He's already done it once. An unhappy front rower.
I reckon I know exactly the word he used then, and it started with B. So to put the cat among the pigeons if Western Suburbs could score a try before half-time.
About 6 out from half-time. O'Doherty.
How close has Henjack been on 3 occasions?
They've certainly had some chances. Tudor,
that was forward, surely.
5 metres out.
We're playing gridiron.
At Lang Park. Bukowski. Taylor.
Oh, beautiful.
Doherty, here's an overlap. Casado. One more pass. Ainscow. Beautifully worked. That was a move they tried earlier in the match on the other side of the field. It works on the second occasion.
Well, Johnny Bailey, their coach, must be smiling, must be laughing indeed. I don't think at this stage he really believes that they can probably win the game. But seeing football like this is beautiful stuff. Just watch this. The ball travels across field, goes to Taylor. That long pass out to Doherty, then on to Tony Casado, finally out to Ainscow, and Ainscow goes in for a classic three-quarter line try. You wouldn't see the Canberra Raiders score a better one than this. It was beautiful. Taylor's magnificent long pass has got to be seen to be believed. And there is the overlap created, and Ainscow, a very, very large lump of a teenager, goes in to score. I don't think it's his first try. I think he's up around the 4 or 5 tries this year. He scored 2 in one match that I'm aware of. But there's the pass. Beautiful. And Ainscow in for a very, very good try. Big lump of lad. Rather feed him for a day than a week.
At 18 years of age, what a future he's got in the game. 2 tries last week, as Rex said, against East. Taylor, who was having a fine game. Successful from right in front to convert O'Doherty's try. Now from out on touch. Meets it pretty well. Touch judges are coming in to the side of the post. But look at this scoreline for Western Suburbs. They lead 10 points to 8.
I say there's only one thing to say at this juncture, and that's hee-haw.
There was a real chance on for West. Linden now. Wally, the more this game opens up, it will just suit one team only, Western Suburbs.
Yes, it certainly seems that way, Graham, and where it's opening up is in the back line all the time. The Broncos' defence has been fairly fragile in the back line, which is quite surprising because that's been one of our major strengths in weeks gone by, especially in the game against Canberra, where we were playing against arguably the greatest back line in the competition, where our guys held them for 40 minutes, and Canberra rarely made a metre.
Tudor. He's gained a lot of metres in this first 40. Another penalty to West.
Yeah, legitimate penalty there. Walters, I think, was the man responsible for the Broncos, but Tudor actually got up, put the ball on the ground, but he couldn't move his feet. Still held.
4-3 those penalties to West. A little under 3 minutes now till half-time. Peacock. He's going backwards. Now he heads the right direction. Taylor. Bukowski. For a young man, I must admit that Taylor really does love to take control around the rucks. Henjak. O'Doherty. He settles play down for West.
O'Doherty's gone very well in the opening half. I think he's playing a very strong game. Very well-conducted game for the Western Suburbs side.
Taylor. Bounces beautifully for Hoff. And what a fine tackle from Doherty. Dowling. Crowd getting a little restless with Brisbane. Langer. Kevin Walters. Chris Johns. They had an overlap if he had have gone quickly to Shearer. Kevin Walters. Right on halfway. Miles. Langer. Hoff. It was Miles when the going was tough against Canterbury last week, who worked well to get them started. Now it's Dowling, who found Johns in support. Last tackle. Is it a bomb from Langer? He wants to run it. Madison. That was a penalty to Brisbane. He's played advantage. Well, it should have been a penalty. Allen was tackled before he received the football. The advantage ended up nothing for Brisbane. Inside the last minute, West will want to keep it quiet here. Casado. Fowler. West trying to kill time.
Yeah, we're just watching the Western Suburbs side go around with the ball going back there to Brett Doherty, the fullback, gets the reef downfield. It's fielded by Hancock. This could be dangerous. He always beats the tackle. Now watch him as he weaves around and accelerates, runs straight into two of them. It was a good tackle there by number 9, Alan Fowler, there to put him down. Out to Hoff on the left-hand side. He tripped over his own legs there. Wasn't able to keep going. And the half-time Hoover has just gone as Langer's in possession. Gets the pass away to Shearer. Nobody can pick it up. And that is the end of the section. They're going to have a little bit of a break. And believe me, it has been a particularly exciting game, even though there's been quite a number of handling errors in it, particularly from the Western Suburbs side. But at the half-time break, Western Suburbs, would you believe, lead by 10 points to 8. Now, don't go away. This might be another major upset in the offing. We get a couple of them every week. We'll be back very shortly with more.
Determined. West have got them in a lot of trouble on their own home ground. Miles having plenty to say. Fans want more too here at Lang Park. Henjak casually. Back come the Magpies.
Surely no captain has been closer to scoring on 3 separate occasions than Ivan Henjak, the Western Suburbs skipper. He got within 2 yards of the line on 2 occasions and was in the clear and tackled by the fullback on the other occasion.
If you can believe it, if you've just joined us, we're in for a great second half. There was plenty of action in the first 40. Brisbane made 95 first half tackles. Kerrod, Walters and Dowling with a dozen. Also with a dozen, Rawlings and Fowler. 85 for West. Shearer. A minor adjustment for this restart. Ian Parnaby. Make sure there's just 40 to go. Lynn. He busted the tackle of Andrew G. Rawlings. He crawled just for a couple. Bukowski. They were allowed to unload and run just about where they wanted to in the latter half of the first half. Fowler. Casado. Gets the kick in himself. Taylor was hanging back to do it. Hoff. All wound up, but nowhere to go. Shearer. Got a great try in the first half. The only occasion that he's really seen open spaces. Allen. John Bailey must be a happy man for Western Suburbs. Dowling. Of course, Bailey's had to wear the pressure of Warren Ryan maybe joining West next year. 80 tackles overall in possession for West, 67. Make it 68 for the Broncos.
Well,
Langer.
bit of bewildering passing there by the Brisbane side just to move the ball around.
Dowling. A lot of passing. Who's going to run? Garrett Walters says to Kevin, you run. One more tackle. Langer. Chip for himself. Peacock comes in. Did well to get down quickly. Crowd thought he had lost it. Casado. Strong defense from Dowling and Khan. Rawlings. Nearly 16,000 here at Lang Park. They're still waiting for the Broncos to try and get back in front.
I don't think any of the 16,000 thought that the Western Suburbs side would be leading at half-time.
Reason why it's 10-8 to the Magpies. Doherty gets the kick in. Hoff. Taken by Peacock and Tudor. Tudor especially has been a busy man in this match. Khan chased by Peacock and taken in a tackle with the assistance of Casado. Miles running wide at the little man of Henjack and Taylor. They've coughed it up. Doherty changes direction and manages to unload for Ainscough. Western Suburbs looking for that vital try after the break. Taylor. Henjack. Tudor ran onto it strongly, but the impact of the tackle knocked it out. They're back inside their 22 for Shearer. Looking for something special now, Brisbane.
They're all in a bunch, the Brisbane players.
Allen. What they could be doing, he's had the ball stolen. Taylor. Henjack on the outside, so's Ainscough. For a moment, they had an overlap of two, but they couldn't use it, Wes. Tudor. Casado. Shearer and Langer in front of him. Doherty. They take the fullback. The run around for Peacock. To step. And managed to unload for Fowler. It's easy, says Fowler too. Taylor. Back for O'Doherty, but it was a pass with too much force.
Yes, he was spun round just at the critical moment, and I think he let go of the ball when he was travelling at speed. So the ball necessarily left his hands travelling at speed.
Wally, they still can't get settled in the opening 5 minutes.
No, it's very disappointing. Wayne Bennett's final comments when he left the dressing room, we underestimated West a lot, and they certainly have at the moment. The Broncos really need to get their game plan going again. What's brought them success in weeks gone by is that they've had a very settled game plan when they've had it. A simple work the ball for a couple of rucks, get the backs going for another, and then get a good kick and chase game. But we're very disorganised out there tonight, that's for sure.
That was shown again there. Langer was looking to kick, then changed his mind. Big group of Broncos players in the middle and a back line that hasn't been lined out. Doherty beat Kevin Walters, beat Johns. Taken by Kerrod Walters. Back quickly is Liddon. Taken by Dowling. Now Fowler.
It's no good him running sideways from dummy half. He's got to go forward or give a pass straight away.
Another strong run from O'Doherty.
He's had a pretty good game, apart from losing the ball a couple of times in the first half.
Taylor. Long kick away from Hop this time. He doesn't manage to get too much run on it. The ball stopped fairly quickly for the Brisbane fullback. Enjack brought him down around the ankles. Shearer. This is the area that Wally Lewis was talking about. They need some quick settling play. They get a penalty against West. Not off the man quick enough.
Well, Jason Liddon had a fairly profane attitude to the penalty there. It came out in a one-word syllable as he walked away. But nonetheless, I think that the referee may have been enticed into giving a penalty to the Brisbane Broncos on that occasion by the crowd, who got pretty raucous. 16,000 all yelling for a penalty. They got one.
The penalties are all square. And this is, as I was going to say, the area that Wally Lewis was suggesting, settling play down in the middle, creating some room for themselves out wide. Allen, he'll run without support. That's another facet that they were playing well at in matches against Canberra and Canterbury. G in midfield and just outside the 22. Langer, Kevin Walters. He was looking to pop it up for Khan. He found Madison inside. Now Johns will be brought down. Was he tackled? He was, said Parnaby. Kerrod Walters for Shearer. Still 5 metres away, Brisbane on the last tackle. The crowd's warmed up. The Broncos are warmed up. Can they get a try? Langer to the in goal. And wide is Hancock. Did he get it down? No, said the touch judge.
Let's have a look at that again. On the head-on shot, this will be very descriptive. The little grubber kick put into the in-goal area. It was over the dead ball line, no worries. Over the touch and goal line, let me say.
Didn't even get a hand to it.
No, you're quite right.
But the kick was enough to bring it back to the 22 for the tap restart. Hancock late on the first try tonight for Shearer.
And what a beauty it was.
Nearly got one himself. Fowler. The Magpies survived that one. Bukowski. Sato doing his share of work up the middle. Lost the football. West went to sleep as Kerrod Walters picks up an easy 20. Back for Shearer. Shearer claps it on. Kerrod Walters inside a try. Willie Khan took it well. Oh, yeah. At once I didn't think he was going to give it to Khan, but he finished it off beautifully. He took a low pass and picked up 4 points.
Well, that may be a try that might get this young man into the consideration by the representative selectors, because this is beautifully taken. This is the point in the try on the Nissan replay where Casado lost it midfield. Picked up by Walters, given out to Shearer, did magically well, got tackled, flipped the ball out the back onto the other Walters, and then look at that pick up by Khan and the amount of traffic he had to go through and get the ball down. That's a real try, a real wing three-quarter try. Great stuff. Again, on a different aspect of it, we've got Walters midfield, picked up the loose ball from Casado, back into Shearer. Now watch Shearer, he accelerates. I thought he was through, caught by the collar, got the ball away, got it out to Walters, and Khan did magically, absolutely magical football to lower his hands down only 6 inches from the ground, take a pass, and then power his way over. He might score longer, but he won't score better tries.
He made his debut in Game 3 of the Origin this year. Now he's picked up 10 tries in the last 8 games. That was his rep debut. Now Shearer. 2 from 2 and right out on touch. West were doing it so well, and a lost ball from Quesado has put them under enormous pressure. Quesado, time to reflect. Shearer, no chance with this goal. Never struck it at all. But they have got the lead, just Brisbane, by 12 points to 10 over Western Suburbs. 12 points to 10. Wally Lewis, a scoreline that probably makes you think back to round one where it ended up 12 all.
Yes, I'm sure a few of our guys are feeling a little bit nervous at the moment, but nervous they may be, but I'll bet they're a hell of a lot more relieved than anything else. I had to agree with Rex totally there. His comments about Willie Kahn. He's only a young kid who's just come on the scene, and he displays some great skills there, and he's staring down the barrel, I suppose, with about 70 or 75 others at a kangaroo tour at the end of the year, but he certainly does display skills. But what happened was that the Broncos finally did what Western Suburbs have been doing to us. They finally made the most of opportunities. It was the Broncos that had been turning over all the possession early in the match, and West had been making every post a winner from there on, but finally the Broncos have settled down to be able to get one back.
Now, they might just have the lift to go on with it because of that try. Miles. Out to the touchline. Peacock will let it travel. Good passage of play to settle right down by Brisbane.
Yeah, big Gino Miles hasn't played a dominant role in this game. It's a little bit surprised at him for that, because he usually is. But he got a very nice kick in down the sideline there that's given his team very good field position. It now requires them to win a scrum against the feed, but we shall see.
They did it. And Miles goes blindside. Peacock's there, tried to steal the football. Looking for another quick try. Allen. Kevin Walters got there fractionally too late. Dowling. Gee. He needed somebody there just as quick. Kahn. Quick hands. Hoff. Shearer. Out to Hancock. He's got his try. Oh, they've put another one on. They might really go on with it. Good hands out wide.
Oh, magic football. You see it week by week. We see splendid stuff. The quality of the football being displayed is hair 'em, scare 'em, but magnificent at times. Look at this defence by the Western Suburbs side, trying desperately to stem the tide. Hawke chimes in, gives it to Shearer. Shearer goes hard and gives it to Hancock, and the international wingers in the corner. See it again from on top, the camera on top of the ground, looking down the end of the field. There it was, beautifully done from Allen. Away out there to Hawke. Hawke on to Shearer. Shearer out to Hancock, and Hancock in for a marvellous try. Absolutely beautiful, again from ground level. Dowling away to G. Trying to wrestle them down, as you can see there, the different Western Suburbs players just unable to stop the football. That's the long and short of it. They just couldn't kill the football. Gee whiz, exciting stuff.
22 first-grade tries for Michael Hancock since the Broncos have come in. Might just about be the most important he's scored so far. 2 from 3, Shearer. The wingers keep getting the tries, but that means that Shearer's got to do it from out on touch again. Coming round, but again, not the legs, nor the direction. They get 6 clear now, Brisbane. 16 points to 10.
He's off. He's made a break. He's charged straight over the fence, past the member stand, across the car park, and into McDonald's for his 5th try of the evening.
West back to halfway. Brisbane, after being down at half-time. Taken by a Western Suburbs replacement, Angelo Alavagna. Hancock. There's the West man, the new man on. He makes his 3rd tackle in only about 30 seconds. Dowling. Strong running from him. Madison. Again, Alavanya involved. 115 kilos he runs around at. Miles. Doherty.
Suddenly the Broncos' chasing game improves. They had 4 players down there. It's the first time tonight they've had 4 players on the chase.
A couple of tries help, Fritz.
No, I guess that has. I guess that's lifted them up, but it's noticeable that they've lifted their whole attitude to the game.
Now the crowd love it every time they make a tackle. They're putting the pressure right to West. Starting to find their game, the Broncos. O'Doherty. He hasn't let the Magpies down all night. Oh, he's going to have a bit of room to move. And away from Casado. Brings a great tackle from him. Khan. Another tackle from Casado. Langer. Johns. Struggles free of Fowler and nearly got clear. Another penalty to Brisbane. The tide is turning. Miles to look for touch.
I think Gene Miles must be a very relieved man. Probably the words of his coach would have been ringing in his ears, and he hadn't been able to turn the team around in the opening 15 minutes or so. It's only in the last 6 or 7 minutes that they've really clicked into gear.
Hancock. Hancock will end up, it's the 22-metre line just in front of him. He's lost it. Alavanya.
What is that, a Spanish name?
If you say so.
Well, I'll ask the director. If I say so, right. Okay, we've got a lot of knowledgeable people here in the Channel 10 group.
Casado and Johns. A little bit of a don't argue. Taylor. The kick to get West out of here. They've been trying to get out of that position for some time. Oh, just brushed away, Ainscough. Brushed past Taylor. He is right through. Oh, stepping. Peacock comes across. Great run from the big fullback.
Oh, the crowd love it.
A quick play of the ball and they're in trouble, West. Dowling. Now they're fired up, Brisbane. They want another try. They want to kick right clear of this Magpies outfit. Miles. Ainsco's got the Brisbane skipper. A mess in the play of the ball could have brought another Brisbane penalty. Madison plays it back. Langer. Allen. Back on the inside for Shearer. Last tackle. The ball went back for Kevin Walters. Now for Langer. Trying to kick away from Doherty. The ball still bouncing around in the end goal. He's taken by Langer. He is one big hero here at Lang Park. Parnaby wants him.
Well, there it is. The marvellous little grubber kick. Now watch Alan Langer. Well, it was a fairly high tackle. I would have thought the referee might have said something to him about that. But he didn't rule that there was anything to talk about. But we've got now Brendan Tudor. I'm not surprised that Tudor's been spoken to, because he has been a little bit suspicious with some of his tackles. They've been a little bit high. Well, the referee's not going to take any cognizance of that. He's going to restart the play from the goal line with a drop kick by Western Suburbs. And the worst aspect of that, of course, is that from Western Suburbs' point of view, the Brisbane Broncos will be back in possession for 6, only about 40 yards out.
And they've kicked to that Manhoff again. Oh, Alan Fowler felt the full brunt of that fan. Tronk out there in 24 replacing Allen. Khan swung to ground by Casado. Langer. Walters. Miles. Out for Shearer to clap it on to the corner. Doherty, great chasing from Wire and great cover from Doherty.
And pretty good from Shearer to stay in the field of play.
Kevin Walters, they went to sleep again, and like a thief in the night, he stole it down the blind side.
That's a sensational try. I couldn't believe how Shearer stayed in the field of play with Doherty coming over to tackle him. We'll watch it again. Nissan replay. Miles lobs that beautiful basketball pass. Now look at this. How does this man stay in the field of play with two of them coming at him? He must have been hanging over the edge of the field. They went to sleep, as Graham said at that point. Nobody was guarding the front arms bit, and that's exactly where Walters went straight ahead and scored what has turned into a bit of a gift try. It's a pity. I don't like to see Western Suburbs overrun after playing so courageously for 50 minutes of this match. They've now starting to let the portholes open and the ship's sinking a little bit. But now watch it. At this point, he turns his back and runs back. Oh dear, my boy, you've got to learn to keep your eye on the opposition at all times. Run into position backwards.
Kevin Walters has had a big year for Brisbane in that famous number 6 jumper. He was a member of Canberra's grand final squads in 87 and 89, and now he wants to be there with the Broncos, who are finally smiling. 50% for Shearer. His last 3 from out wide. He is not striking them well. A little bit of breathing space for Brisbane. 20 points to 10 over West. Of West. They've now gone 23 minutes into the second half. West have let it slip. And finally they get into gear, Wally Lewis.
Yes, it's taken long enough, as you said, Graham. I'm sure the West players will be a little bit disappointed. It's come from a couple of their mistakes each Broncos try. One, of course, from a drop ball, another from a scrum winner against the feed. As we see, Michael.
Well, Wally, there might be another one here for Hancock. Still going, Hancock. He's beaten half the team. West in disarray. Hancock looking to get on with it, with Langer and plenty of teammates out wide. Try, surely. It was a try, but Shearer put it down. He dragged one in with one hand in the first half. This time he drops it with 2.
This is sensational rugby league. You're watching a marvellous game on television. You should be here at Lang Park watching this. It really is. It's a fairy tale business because this Western Suburbs side won't give up. They won't stop trying. And the Brisbane side are playing magnificent rugby league at the moment. We're seeing everything.
Jack for Taylor. Casado. Plenty of time left in this match. The try from Western Suburbs will again open it right up. Calavagna. Bukowski. Fowler. The last 10 minutes have just been hurricane football from Brisbane. West really don't know what's hit them. He and Hancock have produced miracle runs. Khan. A lot of missed tackles in this match. Excitement aplenty because it's been so open, because of that statistic. Langer, switch of play. Kevin Walker. First slip by Madison.
He's given him out.
Dowling. Langer, Kevin Walters, Johns. John stepping out of one, wrapped up by 3 Magpies who try to push him out over touch. Jason Kelly's out there in 15 for West. Alan Cann is out there for the Broncos, replacing Andrew G. Cann is in 25. Langer. Wire has gone to fullback. 12 out from their own line, Wes. Casado, the defence up quick. Doherty. Appears to be a slump before the semi-finals. Wally, you would be hoping it would be that first 40 minutes against West.
That's right. I think that's been our biggest slump for a long time, and hopefully the players will learn. So I think they always do when you have a bit of a form slump, and sometimes it's not to be expected, or sometimes it is to be expected against a team like West without degrading them at all. But when they'll be playing a team like Parramatta or Balmain, I'm sure that they'll have their minds firmly on the job that they've got to do for the full 80 minutes of the game.
Great kick by Jason Taylor.
Yeah, that's a marvellous kick, really. That's a gain of, well, it's got to be about 55 yards.
And
look at this.
And touched, apparently by Hancock.
Now, that is the monumental kick. Absolutely monumental. And touched by Hancock. Well, he's lost his discipline at the moment, but he didn't really. With 24 points to 10 and 8 minutes to go, I guess he feels that they've got the game won.
I can't remember the last time in this half that West were down here. Ages ago. Ainscoe and Shearer for pace. He's nearly got to the corner. Back into Khan. Here comes Brisbane. Wally, I guess it must be difficult for Wayne Bennett to even consider leaving a man like Paul Hoff as a replacement instead of out in the starting lineup.
Well, really, he's faced with a difficult decision there, isn't he? He's got players on the sidelines for the Broncos that really do deserve their